It's been a rocky start for the Manhattan Parks and Rec Department after taking control of concessions earlier this year at some of its facilities. At Monday's Parks and Rec Advisory Board meeting, Director Aaron Stewart noted the challenges the 41 staff members on payroll have faced as they navigate shifting sales and attendance trends at various events and activities.
This is all brand new to us, and so I will give Janelle and Rachel lots of credit. They're learning as they go, and this is going to be a process over 2-3 years to really refine that out.
Financially, he says the department has budgeted for an expected $85,000 loss this year. As of June 30th, concessions had generated $120,000 in revenue, but with a net loss of $67,000. Stewart says they will not reach their target of $330,000 in sales this year, since getting off to a late start, but says he does believe concessions will eventually turn a profit, especially if they can modernize some technology.
One of the things that we really need to get into is figure out how to do tap for pay. There is a untapped market between 3 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday at our rec centers that doesn't carry cash or a card. It's on their Apple Pay. And they will eat us out of hot dogs, I promise you, if we can figure out how to get them to be able to pay.
Parks and Rec is repurposing part of the former Flint Hills breadbasket facility on Yuma Street into a concessions warehouse, which they're planning to have ready to go in the near future. The Manhattan City Commission on Tuesday night approved a new lease agreement for the city-owned downtown parking garage. HCW, the parent company of the Hilton Garden Inn, is planning to rent up to 300 stalls in the garage on an annual basis. Assistant City Manager Jared Wassinger says HCW will pay the city $25 per stall each month.
On average, we're getting about $6,000 a month, and annually it's going to bring in $75,000. That would go into the parking fund.
The city will utilize those funds to help with deferred maintenance projects and general upkeep of the garage. Commissioner Susan Adamczyk.
I just think it's a good balance and a good compromise for the use of that space.
The lease agreement will go into effect within 45 days of the signed agreement and will remain in place through 2030. The city plans to retain public and accessible parking stalls on the garage's ground floor and rooftop. A Topeka man received a life sentence in prison Tuesday without the possibility of parole for his role in the rape and murder of a Topeka preschool girl. Shawnee County District Judge Jessica Heinen ordered Michael Cherry, who admitted to smothering 5-year-old Zoe Felix in 2023, to serve consecutive life sentences requiring incarceration for a minimum of 50 years before being evaluated for possible release. Cherry pleaded guilty to both offenses in exchange for the district attorney not pursuing the death penalty. The Kansas Highway Patrol is reminding drivers to slow down and respect work zone signage after a high-speed traffic stop in a construction zone last week on I-70 near Junction City. According to a social media post from the agency, a KHP trooper was monitoring traffic in the area Friday morning when a driver sped through the construction zone at 100 miles per hour in a posted 60-mile-per-hour zone. The driver was also observed passing several vehicles in a clearly marked no-passing section just before traffic merged into a single lane. The driver was cited and given a combined fine and docket fee totaling $948. Troopers say the signage is there to protect both drivers and workers, and ignoring them puts everyone at risk. The Manhattan Municipal Band wrapped up its 105th season Tuesday night at the Larry Norville Bandshell in City Park. Listeners heard a variety of tunes, including the works of Henry Mancini, songs by Frank Sinatra, and selections from Disney's Frozen. The band, which played its first concert on the lawn of the Riley County Courthouse in 1920, puts on a free concert series in the park each summer and is made up of musicians throughout the Manhattan area. It's under the direction of K-State Director of Bands, Frank Trace.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. Between two-factor authentication, strong passwords, and a VPN, you try to be in control of how your info is protected. But many other places also have it, and they might not be as careful. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity is stolen, they'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast for 40% off. Terms apply.
Good morning, I'm Troy Coverdale with your sports headlines. Brett McMurphy of On3 reporting yesterday that the Big Ten will not back off its preferred college football playoff format, guaranteeing the league 4 automatic qualifiers, unless the SEC elects to add a 9th conference game. With the Big Ten continuing to support the 4AQ format, and with the SEC unlikely to add a 9th conference game, The 12-team playoff will likely continue for the 2026 season. The Big Ten reportedly saying there is no chance they'll support the 5+11 format, one that is preferred by Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark and the conference's coaches. The Kansas City Chiefs have reportedly waived wide receiver Justin Ross after he asked the team for his release. The Clemson alum played the past 3 seasons with the Chiefs, spending most game days on the inactive list, though. He leaves with just 6 career catches. The Kansas City Royals have reacquired veteran utility player Adam Frazier as they made a trade with the Pirates, sending minor league infielder Cam Devaney to Pittsburgh. The 33-year-old Frazier has played in 78 games this year, split between second, left field, and right field. He's batting .255 with 21 RBI. He spent last season in Kansas City after bouncing around the majors, following his career start with the Pirates. Devaney has spent this season at AAA Omaha and has yet to make his major league debut. Frazier joins the Royals as they sit 4.5 back of the American League's final wildcard spot, heading into a resumption of the schedule tomorrow night when they begin a series in Miami. Coverage gets underway tomorrow evening at 5:30 on News Radio KMAN. Have a great day. I'm Troy Coverdale.